if you don't mind, not a test of your logic, but just to, I guess, solidify it. Because in some regards, I know that you argue Democrats are weaponizing U.S. foreign aid to essentially mind control the world. And I guess my question would be, what's the single most alarming example of aid being diverted for political ends, and how do you trace the money trail?
So, number one, I would love for them to start tracing the money trail. They're not doing a very good job of that, but I'll give you an example. So Elon Musk and the geniuses on the Doge team, they pull back the curtain on USAID, and we realize that there's a lot of politicians' family members that have these massive NGOs, non-government organizations, that are doing anything from getting food and water to Africa, although now we're finding out that was a scam, to bringing illegal immigrants into the country. We're finding out that was a scam, to Sesame Street in Iraq, helping the European Union, like billions and billions of dollars of things that don't actually help the American people. They don't make the dollar stronger. They don't do anything other than enrich
I totally
the people
agree.
that live in Washington, D.C. So for me, pulling back that curtain, they've exposed just how much corruption and money laundering there is. Now we need arrests. That's where my beef is. I want to see some people go to jail.
So you stated about Doge, and I always wanted to run this across you because I want to know your thoughts on Elon Musk quitting Doge essentially, and only cutting what they reported $160 billion from the deficit, while a lot of critics, mostly Democrats, claim that President Trump has increased the deficit by $200 billion. Because Elon Musk, I mean, he stepped down from Doge. They were, attacking his manufacturing plants, his leasing dealerships where he was selling these vehicles. And I heard that there were reports from the board of directors telling him to come back, or basically they're going to, vote him out, so to speak. What are your thoughts on that?
So you've heard the term, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? Like Elon Musk, I mean, these guys had hound dogs. They were leading them right to the corruption. And the Republicans, they haven't done anything about it, right? I'll give you an example. So we now know that at least 7 million people were illegally stealing money every single month from Social Security. Those checks were being cashed by somebody. Why aren't we knocking on the door and saying, hey, you've been receiving $1,600 from Social Security for the last 16 months. Prove that it's you or go to jail. Like, why aren't we doing that? And
wasn't some of those people not even alive?
A lot of those people aren't even alive. There was like 20 million people over the age of 115. I mean, it's like, it's insane. So I completely agree with what you're saying. And I did a video about this. Elon Musk is pissed, I think was the name of the video title, something like that. So basically, Doge, they've been working 20-hour days, 7 days a week. The richest man on planet Earth was literally sleeping on the floor in his office in Washington, D.C. for free, while his own companies were falling apart for the American people. And what did the Republicans do? They passed a bill where they actually spent more money. So it kind of like wiped it out. Now, in their defense, a lot of that was already in place from when Biden was in office. So they're just basically, think about like an anaconda has swallowed a giant rabbit. There's that bolus of food. It's got to work its way through the system. But going forward, if they keep doing that, then we know that they're hypocrites and liars, right? And we don't want them to be known as hypocrites and liars. We want them to be known as doing good for the American people. I would like Democrats to be known as doing good for the American people, right? So there's brokenness in both parties. That's why I consider myself a libertarian who happens to vote conservative, right?